Having a business social media page is no longer an option, it's a necessity. From building brand awareness to engaging with customers, social media serves as a powerful tool for your business. But navigating the complexities of social media can be a challenging task. You might ask yourself, how often should I post? How should I respond to negative comments? And how do I handle reviews? In this video, we're going to answer those questions and more, helping you turn those question marks into a powerful social media strategy that you can easily manage. First, do you have to respond to every single comment? It's understandable to wonder whether you have to respond to every single comment on your social media page. While it's not 100% necessary or even feasible sometimes if you have many comments on your page, it's always a good idea to respond to as many as possible. It's crucial to maintain an active and engaging presence on your social media page. And you really do need to make an effort to engage and interact with those who've taken the time and effort to write something on your page. But if you do need to, then prioritize people who have asked you a question, given you constructive feedback, or voice concerns. Even a simple reaction like an emoji to positive comments can really go a long way to building rapport with your target audience. Ignoring comments or missing them can give the impression that you don't really care about your followers and not really interested in their needs. However, not all comments deserve or need a comment back. For instance, spam comments or comments that violate your community guidelines should not be answered. You can choose to ignore or remove those comments. Ultimately, the goal is to foster a healthy, engaging and interactive community around your brand, and thoughtful, timely responses are really key to building that community. Second frequently asked question around social media is, can you delete negative or harmful comments? Negative reviews or comments can be a cause of concern when managing your business's social media page. While your initial reaction might be to simply delete these reviews or comments, you should refrain from doing that. Negative feedback, even though it might sting a bit, can actually be a real benefit for your business if it's handled constructively. If the feedback is genuine and done in a constructive way, it highlights areas of your business that probably need improvement. Instead of deleting these comments, consider addressing them head-on with professionalism and transparency. Apologize if necessary, acknowledge the customer's concerns, and find a solution as soon as possible. This can turn a negative situation into an opportunity to showcase your commitment to customer satisfaction. However, this doesn't apply to reviews or comments that are abusive, offensive, or in violation of your community guidelines. These can and should be deleted or even reported to maintain a respectful environment for your online community. Third frequently asked question is, how do I handle trolls or online harassment? Dealing with trolls and harassment is a really unpleasant situation and can be very challenging. But it's important to distinguish between genuine criticism and trolling. Trolls often post inflammatory, irrelevant, or offensive comments with the intent to provoke or disrupt. The best response to trolls in most cases is just to actually ignore them. Engaging with them can fuel the fire and just give them the attention that they're seeking. Instead, put your efforts into creating a positive and engaging online community. Implement clear community guidelines for your social media platforms, and don't hesitate to delete comments or block people that repeatedly violate your community guidelines. In case of serious harassment, then you can report these people to your social media platform. Remember, the goal is to create a welcoming and safe space for your audience to interact with your business and with each other. And it's your responsibility to protect this space from disruptive behaviour. Fourth frequently asked question is, what is the best way to handle complaints on social media? When managing your social media page for a business, customer complaints are going to be inevitable. The key is to handle them in a way that demonstrates your commitment to customer satisfaction. First, always acknowledge the complaint promptly. A quick response to that person shows not only the customer, but also the other people watching that you take this complaint seriously and you care about your customer's experience. Apologize sincerely, even if you don't believe your business may be at fault. Then move off to a private channel as quickly as you can, for example, direct messaging or email, particularly if somebody's personal details are involved. Even if you can't solve the problem immediately, reassure the customer that you are looking into it and you will resolve it for them. Lastly, when you have resolved the issue, consider following it up publicly on the original complaint in your social media feed to demonstrate your commitment to customer service. However, remember to respect the customer's privacy and only share details they're comfortable with you making public. Number 5 frequently asked question is, how should I respond to positive feedback? Positive feedback is not only a great morale booster, but again, it's a great opportunity to engage with your customers and reinforce their positive perceptions of your brand. Always acknowledge and express gratitude for them taking the time to leave a positive comment. A simple thank you or we're thrilled to hear about your experience with our product can go a long way to building rapport with your customers. If appropriate, you can also use it as an opportunity to gently promote your brand or product. For instance, if a customer praises one of your products, you could mention another product that complements it. But above all, remember your customers should feel heard and appreciated. Lastly, consider sharing particularly glowing or positive customer reviews or comments on your social media feed, but make sure you've got that customer's permission first. This not only showcases a customer's satisfaction, but it also encourages other users and followers to share their positive comments about your brand or products as well. Number 6 frequently asked question is, what are the potential legal issues I should be aware of when posting on social media? Although laws of course differ from country to country depending on where you live, there are several legal issues you should be aware of no matter where you're located. First, it's critical to respect intellectual property rights. That means always ensuring you have the correct permission or license to use any images, music, videos, text, any content that isn't your own. Violating copyright, trademark, or patent laws could lead to serious legal consequences, including costly lawsuits. Second, be mindful of privacy laws. If you're featuring customers or your employees in your social media posts, ensure you have their express permission first. Third, truth in advertising applies in social media just like it does for other advertising channels. All promotional material should be accurate, fair, and not misleading. Fourth, if you're running contests or sweepstakes on your page, be aware that these are regulated by specific laws that vary by location. Finally, be mindful of the various terms and conditions of each social media platform you use, as violations can lead to your account being restricted or removed. Consulting with a legal professional can ensure that you're in compliance with all the relevant laws and regulations. Number 7 frequently asked question is, how often should I post on each social media platform? The frequency of posting on social media can significantly improve your engagement and overall visibility of your page. However, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, as it does depend on your platform and your specific audience. For instance, on Twitter, where the lifespan of a tweet is particularly short, a business might post several times a day, whereas on something like Facebook or LinkedIn, a Twitter per day or even a couple of times a week might suffice. Instagram falls somewhere in between depending on how active your followers are on that platform. The key is to maintain a consistent schedule without posting too much that overwhelms your followers. Additionally, the quality of your posts should always take precedence over the quantity of your posts. It's better to share fewer, better quality posts rather than inundate your audience with low quality content that feels like spam. 8th question is, how do I balance engaging, informative, and promotional content on the business page? Balancing that engaging, informative, and promotional content on a business social media page is crucial for maintaining a positive and active online presence. To achieve this balance, focus on creating a diverse content mix that caters to the needs and interests of your target audience. Engaging content like behind-the-scenes peeks, employee highlights, and interactive posts helps humanize your brand and encourages audience interaction. Informative content such as industry news, educational resources, how-to guides positions your business as a knowledgeable brand in the industry. And promotional content such as product launches, sales, and special offers drives conversions and of course revenue. Aim for a ratio of about 70% of informative and educational content with 30% as promotional content. Regularly analyze audience feedback and your analytics to make sure that you've got that balance right. Keep fine-tuning to find the balance that resonates with your followers, keeping them interested and invested in your brand. 9th frequently asked question is, what's the best way to promote our products or services without seeming too pushy? Promoting your products or services on a business's social media page without seeming too pushy requires a thoughtful, customer-centric approach. The key is to create value for your audience and engage them in a way that naturally leads to interest in your offerings. Instead of simply showcasing your products or services, tell a story about how they can solve a pain point or an issue that your customer has. How can your product or service solve a problem that they have, fulfill a need, or improve their lives? Use customer testimonials, case studies, before and after transformations to demonstrate the real-world benefits. Share behind-the-scenes looks at product creation or service execution to create a connection between your audience and your offerings. Also leverage educational content that subtly includes your products or services. For instance, if you had a skincare brand, then share a skincare routine or tips naturally incorporating your products. Additionally, consider offering exclusive deals, discounts, or early access to sales to your followers on social media. That will make them feel included and valued and a special part of your community. Remember, the ultimate goal is to build relationships and trust so that when you do promote, your audience is more receptive. 10th frequently asked question is it better to create platform-specific content or cross-post the same content across different platforms? So in other words, should you use the same post and just post it to many different platforms? The answer to this depends largely on your audience and your resources and the platforms that you're using. Each social media platform has its own unique culture, audience demographic, and content style. So content that performs well on one platform may not necessarily perform well on another. For instance, the content that you post on LinkedIn is probably not going to do so well on Instagram due to the differences in user expectations and ways that they engage on the page. So creating platform-specific content can help you maximize engagement and reach on your platform. However, this approach, of course, does take more resources from you. On the other hand, cross-posting the same content on different platforms will save you time and ensure brand consistency, which is important, but may not fully leverage the potential of each platform. A hybrid approach where you create a post and then just tweak it to suit the different platforms can be a really good way to solve this issue. The key is to continually refine and understand who your audience is on each platform and monitor the effectiveness of your post to see what type of content resonates most. Last question is it okay to use humor in social media posts for my business? Using humor can be a really effective strategy on social media, but it really needs to be used thoughtfully and very carefully. Humor can humanize your brand, engage your audience, and make your content more shareable. It can also help differentiate your brand and create a more memorable social media presence. But it's really important that the humor you use aligns with your brand voice and is appropriate for your target audience. What's funny for one group of people in one location can be offensive to another, and poorly judged humor can potentially offend or alienate your audience. Also, humor shouldn't overshadow the key messages that you want to get across about your product or services. So make sure the humor that you use aligns with your overall organizational strategy. A/B testing types of content can help you gauge the audience response to humor and adjust your approach accordingly. Mastering etiquette when managing a business's social media pages is essential for creating a positive and engaging online experience. By understanding how to balance content, promote products or services without being pushy, and navigate potential legal issues, you'll be better equipped to foster authentic relationships with your audience, showcase your brand's personality, and ultimately drive business growth. As social media continues to evolve, it's crucial to stay informed, adaptable, and responsive to changes and audience feedback. By doing so, you'll not only maintain a strong social media presence, but also set up your business for long-term success in the digital world. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week with my next video.